Hey everyone, I'm Mike,
And I'm Vic.
and you're watching METS
Matt
in
in
Florida.
Florida.
What's up?
How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing okay. Not too bad at all.
Great day. You know what
Yeah,
I feel like doing? Sweeping.
yes, because Cincinnati's the cleanest town because they just got swept.
Just got swept. Yep.
And thank you, Jim Brewer, for that.
And
Um,
I love the way we kept the pedal to the metal.
yep, kept the pedal to the metal, didn't take them for granted.
Yep.
Not only that, because you were saying how these are a big test, these kind of trap series, letdown
Yep.
games, letdown series.
Yep.
Not only did we could have easily been satisfied. Let's take 2 out of 3. We got the back end of the rotation. Nope.
Right.
Dominated, swept them, and each game we did it the same. The offense was clicking, the pitching was dominant, the
Right.
bullpen was good. Like everything clicked again.
Everything clicked. Everything continuation from the Brave series.
Yeah,
is good.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
It's just
But it's good now
unbelievable.
we get everything set up for the other hot team, the Phillies coming in.
Yeah, the
which
other
is,
hottest team.
Yeah, so that'll be a good fight, and that's good.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. The Girardi list fills.
Yep. Hey, it's like the heart of the series that we have coming up here in August, it just benefits us. You know, we're going up against the better pitchers, more experience against them, and hey, that's what's going to happen in the playoffs. And let's get through it now, especially for the guys who don't have playoff experience.
Oh, it's going to be great for them.
You know, it'll be good to see, they can sense it what it's going to be like. And then like, whatever happened during the Brave series, they're just going to come up even more when it gets to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, because every game means. That's why I was saying before about in the beginning it was fine. We was like, hey, let's take 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4, win the series. That's great. Now, different month. Now it's every game in and of itself. You take that mentality, because if you be playing for the rest of August into September with that mentality, that's going to carry over in the playoffs, because every game it's in and of itself. You know, even if it's the first game, it's still, you know, that's a good mentality.
And I've always believed a team is only as good as they are that day, even though their momentum is a factor. You still got to do it on the field, you know. And the thing is, even though Cincinnati's record wasn't that great, they were 16-10 in their last 26. So they were playing good baseball going in. Gary said it himself, but yeah, very well done. And it's just good to see that not only are they doing well, we're 41-17 against sub 500 teams. That's what you have to do.
Right.
That's what you have to do.
Yep.
And there's a certain player you want to give a shout out to, you said, right?
Yes, Francisco Lindor. Let's give that man a hand.
Yes, for all the haters, the Lindorks, and all the naysayers.
Yeah.
You got nothing to say now.
What more can you want from this guy?
What do you want?
Come on.
What do you
This
want?
guy is playing like he did in Cleveland. Heart and head and heart, offense, defense. Come on.
Yeah.
Give the guy, you know, put it away. Whatever happened last year, totally different team, different persona, different mindset.
Going up, true team
Everybody
player.
is has one goal in mind, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah, he's always in Buck's ear. He listens to his teammates.
Yep.
He's a leader on the field. And like even today, when he tied Jose Reyes's record, they asked him after the game, they said, how do you feel about being tied with Reyes for the franchise shortstop RBI record? He said, I grew up watching Reyes. It's a blessing, but I want to win a World Series.
Yep. I love that.
So I would love it.
I love that.
And I'll say again what I've said many times, as much as I admire Carlos Beltran as a player, and it would have been interesting to see what he would have done as manager. There's always been that comparison with Lindor and Beltran because of the first year and the rough go of it and how he responded after that.
Right.
And again, Beltran's one of our best position players in history. There's no doubt about that. But as far as feeling like a true Met player, I identify more in a year and a half with Lindor.
Yeah.
No knock on Beltran, but I feel like he wants to. Not that Beltran didn't eventually buy in, but I feel like Lindor's like, I learned from last year. I'm wearing these colors. I'm a Met. I'm going to embrace the fans. I want the fans to embrace me,
Right.
and I'm going to be a leader. And you see, it's like a night and day difference.
I actually noticed that in
last year.
spring training,
Yeah.
how he was going in spring training games, how he was going out of his way to get, get that acceptance back. And
Well, this is where
that's
Buck
really
was
good.
so smart. Buck is so good with people. First thing he said to him in spring training was, "These fans are looking for a reason to love on you, to embrace you."
Right.
And I think that's all he needed to hear.
Yeah.
Like, they're not trying to judge you. They're not trying to boo you. They don't want to boo you.
Yeah.
So
It's true. It's true. It's like I mean, that's like a whole other topic. I never really
no, I don't like that either.
agreed with booing just because they're doing bad.
Because they're making a big contract. Who cares how much money they make?
Yeah, I mean, come on. I was like,
Irrelevant.
really jealous much? I was just like,
Haters
really?
gonna hate.
Yeah, it's like I never understood the booing aspect of your team.
Mhm.
You can get frustrated. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I think the only time that booing
is
any
acceptable.
member of your team would be if they came out, said something against the city that they play in, the fans. Well, then guess what? You got to get, or if they just didn't hustle,
Right. Right.
and it was, they clearly were trying to, let's say, hitting, they clearly were just trying to put up numbers, and now they were
That's
not.
all they
putting the
were.
ball.
And even though they did,
Yeah.
and even with the thumbs down thing, I still identify with Lindor as being a real part of our team, because I think he was just being misled. I think,
Yeah.
believe it or not, I think Lindor is and this is a good thing, he's a very sensitive guy as far as, like, he cares. He wants to do it. And he
Right.
probably didn't know how to handle the criticism. He's
Right.
like, I'm my own biggest critic. I don't need you to boo me.
Right.
And he shouldn't have done this,
Yeah.
but he learned from it, you know?
Right.
And
Yep.
now he's now it's this. I mean, and he's always out there. He's always signing autographs. He's playing his heart out.
Yeah.
His post game interviews, you could tell he's really matured. He's very serious, like focused, like.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that too, and I like that. The whole team. I love what I love about this, and really, I don't really think I've seen it since. I don't want to make any comparisons, but in this
You're gonna say
particular
the number.
I didn't want to make a comparison because it's
Different
my
era, different.
my
everything.
favorite team of all time, '86 Mets. But the comparison that I will make is that team, the players, the pitchers talk to each other just like this here. The hitters, as they were coming off, either were cheerleading the following hitter or giving him some advice of what the guy was throwing or whatever. Very similar to this
You
year.
communicate.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing this in 2015.
No.
2015, I remember that.
And the pitchers,
Or even
every pitcher
even
wants to
2006.
outdo the previous pitcher.
Right.
This pitching
Right.
staff has been unbelievable. I mean,
This is, I mean, having those two at the top, it's like nobody after that wants to have it. You be the guy that's the weak link.
no. It's
Nobody
amazing.
wants to be known that way. So you're bringing your game up. So they lead everybody else.
And let's give it up for the pitching staff in this series, because we had we didn't have the two big guns. We had the other three. Bassett's performance, a gutsy 8-inning, 114 pitch performance.
Mhm. Save the
Reminds
bullpen.
me a lot of an 86 type player, like his attitude. Like he's a
Yeah.
keeper in my book. There's no doubt in my mind. All of these guys are.
All these guys, it's like I want them back. I don't want to lose any of these guys.
Cookie mathematically could wind up with 20 wins.
Yeah,
I know the wins aren't what they used to be, but he's
Yeah.
got 13 wins right now.
I know.
I mean, and Buck always, people forget how good of a pitcher this guy was when he was healthy.
Yeah.
Like you think he was the throw-in the Lindor trade? Not at all. He was a big
Right.
piece of that trade.
Yeah.
And then Walker, what a way to bounce back from last week.
Yep.
What a way to bounce back from last week.
Yeah.
And
I correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this week is it's a big week as well because I think McGill throws this weekend.
Yep.
I think he throws a bullpen. So I guess they'll decide from that point what they're gonna do.
They're gonna do.
What's the assignment, and it'll probably be brief because everybody knows she's gonna be going into the bullpen.
I will say, I'll give props also to one of our new guys, Givens, because he got a huge out last
Yes,
night.
he did.
He
Yeah,
got
he
a
did.
big out. So I'm glad that Buck put him in that scenario. And again, and you talk about how the way Joe Eltley stepped up Sunday, it's almost like even the bullpen now wants to do the same thing the
Right.
starters are doing. They want to up their game. And
But it
Trevor
was
Williams
good.
did it again
It's
today.
like you can want the game too. You could up your game, but the way he was pitching was different. The
4 strikeouts in a
sequencing,
row.
yeah, the sequencing was better. He wasn't just coming in fastball. He was getting that his breaking ball over, and he was using it and surprising them with the fastball. He was pitching to his strength, and it's good to see.
Yes. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
good to see.
Absolutely.
So I'm really excited to see, and keeping my fingers crossed, how McGill performs,
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that as well.
because that could be a major weapon,
Yep.
going forward. I mean, big
He's gonna
time.
be. Because think of how he was doing before he got hurt.
Right,
I
exactly.
mean,
His
and what?
ERA only went up when he got hurt. It
Yeah.
was like the last 2 starts, I believe it was, and he got hit, and then the arm situation came up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That, and what can you say about the guys, the Frankenstein? We got all the 3 guys, the new guys, how they're all. I mean, you see their numbers.
It's unbelievable.
One person. If this was one person, you'd be like, this guy's a Hall of Famer. Like,
Yeah,
it's almost like a Moneyball. And I know, we should be doing Moneyball with it, but it's kind of like that. It's like they took 3 people in the aggregate. Remember when they were trying to replace
Yeah,
Giambi?
right.
They made this superhuman, and it's like this is exactly what they're doing. It's like they're
Yeah.
and Naquin is, like you mentioned, Naquin beat up on his old team. What's who's the one? Oh, my friend of mine said when we haven't played Pittsburgh yet.
I was just about to say that.
What am I gonna do when we play Pittsburgh?
I want to see Vogie when he does, because I haven't forgotten what happened last year with Pittsburgh. They annoyed the hell out of me how they were.
Yes. Yeah. It's just like I said, nothing was taken for granted in the series, and I feel like we didn't use Diaz at all in the series either.
No, he'll be fresh.
Getting rest up.
So we got Philly, Braves, Yankees coming up, and Dodgers, I believe, right?
Yes.
All in this month.
Good. And the Marlins sprinkled in there, which are always a pain in the rear end.
Right. Hey, but we beat their best guy, so.
Let me ask you, I agree with you. Let me ask you a question, by the way. Speaking of the bullpen, what are your thoughts on the way Trevor May pitched yesterday? It was shaky, but he still had 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, he had to.
You think it was a big step for him?
It was a big step for him. He was throwing harder.
He was
throwing harder, but he was mixing his pitches better. He wasn't like, oh, I missed on this pitch, I'm gonna go harder on the next pitch.
No, I think
which he had the tendency to do sometimes, like get over pumped and try to do a Ricky Vaughn, throw it through the backstop.
There's only one Ricky Vaughn.
Yeah, like it's like no. It's just like makes your pitches better.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of movies and camera effects, can we give a shout out to the SNY crew with that effect with?
Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't stop laughing.
I watched it like 3 times.
I was watching the game with my 2 sons and my girlfriend, and when that part came up, when we got hit by a pitch and they cut to Buck, and all of a sudden you had the Kill Bill. Oh my God, that was the best.
That thing actually came from before Kill Bill. You ever heard of a show called Ironside with Raymond Burr, the guy who played Perry Mason?
I thought that was from the Green Hornet.
Was it? No, I think it was Ironside, wasn't it? It was one of them.
I think it was the Green Hornet.
It was from one of those.
I could be wrong, but that's the music.
It was just so well done, though.
That was, yeah.
I mean, they did it like a week ago when Alonso got hit, but they didn't have this time where it was like he was getting flashbacks of all the guys getting hit with the PTSD and all.
Yes, yeah.
It was like, it's
That's why our booth is the best. I'd
the
be
whole
right
crew
there.
is so talented. And
Yeah.
I'm loving this tradition, by the way. We have a guy in the bullpen, the camera guy in the bullpen. When we win the game, he runs to the outfield and the three guys
Yes,
hug.
that's
They all
excellent.
point to the camera,
Yeah.
you know.
It just seems like ever since Steve Cohen, thank you, Steve Cohen, so much. I don't know how to thank you. It's like we got the team that we
Dreaming
always
about.
felt we could have
Yeah.
if our owners gave a
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Really. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and finally we do, and it looks just across the board. It's like all these innovative stuff, not just on the field, but behind the scenes and what we
Behind the
watch.
scenes.
It's
And
amazing.
just like getting back to what I think it's funny because I wasn't home watching the game. I was working, but I was kind of watching a little bit on my phone. But when I heard about the way they broadcast that final Braves game with Jake, by the way, do you know that that Braves series was the most watched series in SNY history?
Yes, I did see the
And the
ratings on that.
Sunday game is only second to the last game at Shea as
Right,
far as viewership. But
right.
the way they did that whole game between nobody talking like Vince Scully, nobody's talking. You're
Mhm.
watching Jake warm up to his theme song, Leonard Skinner, and then Diaz with the trumpets and
Right.
everything in between, the silence. But like the way they filmed that game, almost they said was like a movie, like
Yes,
an
it was.
Emmy-winning broadcast.
Yeah,
I said, man, I got to sit down and watch that from beginning to end just to get that feel, because everyone's like, oh, they were getting so emotional watching Jake come back and then watching this, that, and the other, and the performance. And it was like one of those Insta Classic games. But the
now
broadcast
here you
was
go.
like epic.
I hate to be a buzzkill,
But you
but here's the
will.
bad, but I'm gonna have to do this. When we get to the playoffs, none of the games are gonna be on SNY.
I know.
So all these great ideas are gonna be wasted
I know.
because they ain't gonna do it. You know, I have to always watch those games with the radio on
We're
because
so spoiled.
I do not want to hear the broadcasters, even they cannot call the game down the middle.
Yeah.
It's always slanted, and it always is slanted away from us. Doesn't matter what we do. It's almost it's almost when they compliment us, they do it begrudgingly.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I don't really want to do this, but they're playing really great. Wow, that was a great analysis. Yeah, we already know that.
Well,
You
the
know?
good news is we'll have YouTube for those for the local post game shows of some kind. You know we will.
Yeah,
We'll find a way to get those post game shows.
yeah,
Because yeah, we still need our home cooking in there because
yeah.
oh my god. Although I do think doesn't well I guess it will be WCBS. You'll have the radio on there.
We'll
like
have the
you
radio,
said.
so I'm gonna
We'll
listen
get
to
to
the
hear
radio.
Howie with his passion calling.
That's what I'm gonna be listening to the radio. I'll watch the TV and have the radio on and the radio feed on, and that's how I'm gonna watch it, because other than that, it's too annoying to watch it.
Yeah, and yeah, it is. I mean, I'm already annoyed with ESPN a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. You
Well, I
know,
just kind of glanced down. Well, I guess we didn't get any help today.
Billy won.
Atlanta is winning 7-4, bottom of the eighth. So thanks a lot, Boston. And unfortunately, I believe let me see. I think the Phillies won too.
That's okay.
Yeah, the Phillies won 4-3.
We'll have to take care of it ourselves.
All right.
I heard
well.
that Noah's not going to be pitching.
He's not.
He doesn't want to pitch at City, I guess. Oh well.
Oh,
He can't run away
well.
forever.
Oh man. So
Can't
I know
run away forever.
who's starting for us. It's gonna be Scherzer,
The big top three.
the top three against them. So who's going for them? Is it Nola? Nola I don't think,
I'll
did
tell you
Wheeler,
what it is.
did Wheeler just pitch?
Wheeler pitched yesterday.
Yeah, so he's not gonna be in it then.
I don't think so.
They'll save him for Philadelphia. He does great in Philadelphia. I really want to just knock him out of the box quick. Wheeler. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, obviously I don't know the guy, but it always, he's kind of like the throwback to those guys who didn't do it here, but then they do it somewhere else.
Right. By the way,
You know?
I mean, he did have a good 2018 with us, like a sign of things to come kind of thing. But who knows what he would have done if he
See, it's
stayed.
like with him, it was one of those things that I wasn't heartbroken that they didn't sign him, only because I really didn't see this growth. I didn't see it. I didn't think he was capable of it.
Here's the thing. Ranger Suarez is scheduled to pitch against Max on Friday. On Saturday, it's a TBD against Jake. Now on Sunday, they're both TBD, and I wonder if they want to give. I think they're going to give. I think I remember Buck saying this now. They're going to give Chris another day, and that's why they let him pitch longer, because they knew he was going to get another day. So I guess Bassett's going to pitch the first game in Atlanta,
Okay, I got you.
which is fine.
Okay.
I mean, whatever.
Well, I think it works out that we have our top two in the last two games.
I think that's their goal.
I think
No.
it was,
Oh, well, you know what I heard too? The if everything falls the way it is now, the Jake and Max, or Max and Jake, are going to be
Mhm.
pitching at Yankee Stadium. The way things line up right now, they're both scheduled to pitch at Yankee Stadium.
so they're not gonna pitch against Atlanta?
With the Yankees next? No, they wouldn't pitch in Atlanta. No, because keep in mind you got. Hold on, you have, because you're going to have Max, you're going to have Jake.
Okay,
Probably Peterson would be the third game in
Okay.
Philly. Then you would have Bassett, Carrasco, Walker for the Braves again. And then the two with the Yankees would be Max and Jake.
okay. Personally, I would love to see them go against the Braves again, but that's okay.
We'll do it.
That's
Well, you
okay.
have to see them again later. So
We'll see them again. We'll hold them off for
hey, this is
later.
the last time I see the Yankees. Let's go out with a bang with them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think,
I don't like it's like
I
they're
think
going for the sweep.
I think Keith or Ron said it, that, the teams that we have just gone through, they're gonna come back at us like angry. I'm like, great.
Good. We'll play off
Good.
their emotions.
Yeah, that's fine. Come after us, prior to this series, I think wasn't it Austin Riley who said, oh, we're coming for them.
No, yeah, nice try.
Yeah, okay, you coming. I wonder if we knew that he said that, because it looked like the Mets were after them. Like we were chasing them,
That's what it looked like.
we went after them. We didn't stay back and let them come after us. We took it to them. I love that. I love that. Play to win, not play not to lose. That whole, I hate when and we've seen it way too many times in the past of teams that, Met teams that played not to lose.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
And we got to keep giving shout outs to Eric Chavez too, by the way.
Right.
Just the approach, just
Yeah.
tiring everybody out. We're like, I think we lead the league in average number of pitches seen in the first inning.
Yeah.
By a full pitch. And
Yeah.
I know we lead the league in like having starting pitchers out of the game by the fifth inning, I believe.
But I think there's one pitcher I was listening to MLB, and I wonder if our approach has to change against certain pitchers.
Yeah.
Pitchers who go right after you, they don't mess around. And I think I said that before, that we can't have that same mentality, at least
pitchers.
Right off the get-go. You can't,
No.
especially some of these guys. If you get them early, you can get them out.
Right.
And I'm looking at Wheeler. Wheeler is one of those guys that he's throwing strikes now. He doesn't walk as many people as he did when he was with us, of course. And he comes right after you. So their approach has to be first good fastball you get, jump on it. You know, you can't let them once you set that tone that you're jumping on that first good pitch, he's going to have to adapt. When he adapts and starts pitching around, now you go back to the attack of wearing him down.
Yeah. I think we're
Can't
very
do that.
capable of doing that.
Yeah, I think, but you got to be smart about it because you got to know it's like he's coming right after you. He's not trying to pitch around you. He's not even trying to
be
set
cute.
you up. He's just trying to get you out right off the bat. So you got to be aggressive. So if we see, even if he comes up against us and we hit the first pitch and first 3 hitters and we make 3 outs, well, guess what? That meant that's what they were doing. You know?
Yeah. And
That's what
Buck
they were
always
doing.
talks about winning the first inning, whether it's wearing the guy out or, you know,
you're showing him something like,
challenge.
I was like, they're not waiting me out. They're jumping on the first
They
pitch.
play with their minds.
Exactly.
Yep. You're right.
You know,
It's great to see.
like those game within a game.
It always a chess match all the
Yep.
time. So it's going to be a very exciting week. And I will admit, watching this series with the Reds, it's very hard to get as into it as who we've been playing. But at the same time, you have to say this series is just as important because this is the bridge
Right.
to the next big wave of games. So you don't want to go in there limping.
Right.
And
but I have to admit, I watched the games with a little less agita. You know, I was a little bit more relaxed just watching and enjoying. You know, I wasn't like, you know, it's like,
well,
every inning,
that's
every
also because
pitch.
of the way they played. I mean, we didn't
Yeah.
just like barely win. I mean, it was
Right.
a lot.
Right.
And I'm thinking of the streaks that we've been on. We won 15 out of 17. Then we had before that, we had that little 3-game losing streak around the All-Star break. Before that All-Star break, we had gone 11-3. So we're on this nice, consistent run. We just got to keep going now. And I like the way our schedule is. August, this is the month.
Yep.
I'm not saying, lay back next month, but this is the month you establish yourselves.
Yeah. If we can pull away this month with the best teams and pretty much putting everybody on alert that, hey, we're coming after everyone, in the playoffs, it also allows us in September to start setting the rotation up.
Well, I'm not going to say the phrase that I'm thinking, but I know that Mark DeRosa and Las Vegas are thinking the same thing, which I'm not going to say what it is.
I'm not going to say anything. That's why I don't even look at the power ranking.
No, because it doesn't matter.
Means
Don't
nothing.
forget the power rankings.
I don't care about the power rankings.
No.
I don't care about Las Vegas odds.
No.
We've said this before. When it gets to the playoffs, it's just playing your best
play the game.
Baseball.
Yeah.
That's it. Just play your best baseball during the playoffs, and it's going to happen for you.
Yes, exactly.
It doesn't matter if you're going up against another team that on paper looks like they're more talented, which is debatable, but if it is, play your best baseball. You play what we've been doing, and it'll take care of itself.
It'll all take care of itself.
Mhm.
If you get beat, you get beat, but at least you'll know you played your best.
Yeah.
That's how baseball is.
Exactly.
That's baseball, Susan.
Exactly.
All right.
So
well, listen.
We'll look forward to that coming up.
Yeah.
On Friday, we got a day off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Following the minor leaguers, seeing what's going on down there now that we have Beatty in AAA. Let's see what's going on with them and see which one of these guys might help us in September.
I know. I have a feeling we're going to see at least
we're going to see somebody.
What?
We're going to see one of those guys.
Yeah, and which makes you feel good because you're going to get even more help. You may be even getting more help.
Yeah, exactly.
Exciting.
All
On that note, everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Remember, subscribing is free.
Subscribing is free. Liking.
We always we love to hear your comments. So let us know what you're thinking about our videos and things you might want us to cover, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
We read all the comments and we respond, and absolutely. So on 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's
Let's
go
go
Mets.
Mets.
And we'll see you soon. Vic, thank
All
you as
right.
always.
All right. Take care, bud.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.
All
Take
right.
care.
Take care.